Good evening, class. We're getting ready to share some 3D printing applications and in preparation for a professional development day this coming Friday. So class, I'd like to share with you our 3D cube printer where we printed a chess piece, and if you look down on it, there's actually a spiral staircase. But we start out with, if you have an iPad and you draw, if you can draw it, you can print it. So I'm going to ask Chris to draw a hexagon.
Can I draw a cube?
Yes, or a cube. So, and so when you draw, it has to be, connected. So let's answer. So we're going to clear it. And so in the software Cubify, you can actually Google and click on Cubify. So you can draw something in 2D, and then the software in the iPad will convert it into 3D, and then we'll connect it, and then it will print. Okay, so here, Chris decided to draw a cube.
Can I see it?
And did you get the cube?
No, I shut your program down.
Okay. Those things happen, right? So shifts happen, and that's really life. So we gotta be prepared for it. So no worries. There it is again, Chris. Right? Use your finger to draw the cube again. There you go. So show the cube that you. Can you see the cube?
No, that was easy.
Okay, so there's the cube. Now you want to fill it. Do the fill, and then 3D, and then you can rotate it also. Or just do 3D. Make it 3D.
That's the button I pressed last time.
Okay, and then there's a 3D, right? And so you can actually scale it and rotate it. Have fun. Have a look at it.
Can you give it different color?
Of course, yes. You can do all sorts of colors and any type of shape. And look, he made a. What is that? Some sort of a.
This is advanced kindergarten.
Well, thanks a lot, Chris. Thanks for your help. So we have Brittany, who will share with us. She teaches at Pompano Middle.
I haven't necessarily used this, but I'm willing to use it. My students are on the cell, land animal cell. So what we've been doing is doing edible cells, and I think it would be really cool to engage students with actually printing and showing them they can do it through 3D printer.
Cool. And Vinny wants to be a nuclear technologist, but tonight he's going to be a...
Well, I've been just all over the medical field. I want to be a surgeon and a bunch of other things. 3D printing is gonna change like the world, like our paradigm, how we see things like prosthetics and just like, I guess, getting organ transplants and other things like that, because of the fact that you can actually print like living tissue.
Yeah, living tissues, that's true.
Can I ask a question? I know we are live.
Yes, oh, of course. You may, yes. Okay.
Is the school provide the machine or you?
This was...
You bought?
Yes.
How much it cost?
Good question. I'll tell you after class. You're the second one that asked that question. Okay, that was really, really good. Yeah. And so, Louise, right? You said, and Amanda, come on over.
Please do.
Yeah.
So thanks. Let's give Vinny and Brittany, and so Amanda and Louise. Who's going to be next? Claudia and read? Can I say something? So just fall in if you want to participate. Would you like to share?
For me?
Yes.
Somebody can
I have a question.
Yes.
If I just have a few, I guess, interesting facts that have been
Oh,
done,
yes.
can I go up and share
Yes,
those?
definitely. That's so awesome, Daniela. Okay, go ahead.
So, she doesn't have a slide for it, but I was researching 3D printing and I found an article that came very close to heart for me because I have a blind friend who is trying to get pregnant. And what they're doing now is using sonogram pictures and 3D sonograms to actually print the babies. So they can physically feel what their baby will look like before the baby is born.
Oh my goodness, that's so
So
cool, Amanda.
that was my research thing I did on the 3D printers.
Okay, can I come to the front too?
Awesome. See how nice and yes. Say your first name and
My first name is Higgins,
okay.
right? So if we start copying this thing, I don't know what else we're gonna be able to do. I mean, it's great, what we're capable of doing with 3D printing these days.
Yes.
So it's just like sometimes we just open our eyes and to see even more outside the box, what else could even happen. I mean, sometimes it's, those things is like, sometimes when those things happen, it's kind of magical. And then you're
Right,
like,
definitely.
how does that happen?
You know what my dream is? I would love to design a power suit. What would that power suit do? Of course it has a rocket, right? I can fly over, but then I want to have sensors that if the air or the environment has some noxious fumes.
You want to be Iron Man.
So basically,
Yeah.
you want the suit from
Yes.
After Earth,
Yes.
pretty much.
Okay, so Luis?
Yes, hi, I'm Luis. I was doing some research about 3D printing. It's surprising everything you can see or you can do with 3D printing. It's almost like limitless. During my imagination is the limit. I saw one case of one man who had a tumor in his face and he lost part of his face. And they scanned his face and they were able to print a new face for him. The same thing can happen to somebody who has an accident or lose any part of his body. Also, I saw that you can print whatever you think. You can print food, you can print, if you want, you can print a gun. That also is going to make some...
They printed a 3D plastic gun that can go
Yes,
through the
it
air.
works.
They actually
And
have
they got
that.
shot for it.
And
Yes.
so, all
That's
sorts of
scary
people
also.
were clamoring to, shut everything down in 3D printing. But the Cornell professor said, what about not the 3D printing itself, but as far as making the bullets or the gunpowder, that should be the one that would be subjected to, approval and so forth, not the technology itself, because the technology is an additive technology that just will enhance our economy. It's a very social mobility.
We still decide what
Yes.
if we're going to use it for good or for bad.
Exactly.
But there's so many different possibilities. We can do something for good and help everybody.
Yeah. Share with us where you work right now.
Oh, I'm working for Broward County in the civil engineering department
Oh.
for highway construction.
So there you can see a lot of the infrastructure already.
Yeah.
Bridges.
Yeah, well, for bridges it will be awesome too.
Yeah.
Because you can design new kind of material that are a
Really?
lot lighter and more economical and
Yeah. Oh,
there's a
cool.
lot of things that can be done, yeah.
Okay, and then Daniela also has did some research on.
Yes, I did some research and I just jotted down a few interesting facts. The first one is that biomedic specialists in Belgium recently implanted a titanium jawbone into an 83-year-old woman.
Oh my. Wow.
And then the second fact is NASA and researchers at Washington State University are working on 3D printing using moon dust. And what they're wanting to do is also give astronauts access to the 3D printers because they can use it to repair and replace equipment while they're up in space.
So that is where it's really very, very beneficial, 3D printing, because they have to bring everything from Earth to space and then most of the things we make cannot withstand, the G's that it's subjected to. Oh.
And then another interesting fact is, for everybody who's seen the James Bond movie Skyfall, the Aston Martin that is in that movie, they actually had, the makers of the film, a German company called Voxeljet, recreate 3 scale models of the Aston Martin that they could use in the destruction scenes in the movie instead of actually destroying the real exotic vehicle. And one of them ended up surviving, and after the movie was done, it ended up selling for 100,000 euros.
So you see that, right? And this is actually really good. Would you like to read the benefits of? So we can all read the benefits of 3D printing, right? Take a look. According to the CEO, Avi Reichenside, who is the CEO of 3D Systems, the Cube, he said, customization for a product made for the individual, could be by the individual, will promote sustainability, functionality, and mass personalization. What's really cool, what's very fascinating, and what I had you read was actually the prompt on by Lee Cronin on the reactionware. And most of you did a follow-up write-up on the 3D printed reactionware, right? You read the article. I think one of you bought it, right? Who was that bought the article? And luckily you were able to get the refund, right? Were you?
Oh no, I never.
No, you didn't. Okay, cool. So in fact, chemistry is a very, very hidden subject, but it's a central science to the understanding of everything that goes around us, living and non-living. Okay? So without further ado, let's go on to chapter 5. Thank you, everybody.